to go find out. And according to his journal that they found much later, he basically met with UFOs, Nazi UFOs.
In the extreme reaches of the Earth lies Antarctica, a continent full of ice and mystery.
Recently, there have been a number of reports of pyramids, huge great pyramids in Antarctica.
The cold in Antarctica is so intense that it seems to freeze time itself, making it one of the most unwelcoming places on the planet. But under this frozen surface, some frightening secrets are buried, enough to bother even the bravest explorers. What strange creatures could have left their mark on this isolated landscape? Join us as we unravel 30 of the most creepy discoveries in Antarctica that terrified the whole world. Number 30. Frozen Graveyard. In the 19th and 20th centuries, many of the first explorers who ventured into this frozen wilderness didn't survive. The brutal cold and life-threatening environment claimed countless lives. Although modern technology and safety measures have made it much safer to visit Antarctica today, the continent's deadly history still lingers. We don't know exactly how many people have died there over the years, but it's clear that not all of their bodies have been recovered. According to the best estimates, hundreds of corpses remain frozen and buried deep within the ice. And while Antarctica has no permanent residents, it hasn't been free of violence. There's even an unconfirmed story of a Russian scientist who reportedly murdered a colleague with an axe in 1959 after losing a chess match. Allegedly, chess was banned in the area after this chilling incident. Number 29. Blood Falls. The sight of white snow stained with blood-red water sounds like something out of a nightmare, but it's a real phenomenon at the Taylor Glacier in Antarctica. Discovered in 1911, these strange falls, known as blood falls, have baffled scientists for over a century. The mystery behind their unsettling color was finally unraveled in 2017 by researchers from the University of Alaska Fairbanks. They discovered that the water flowing from the iceberg is actually salt water, rich in iron. When this iron-laden water meets the oxygen in the air, a chemical reaction occurs, causing the iron to oxidize. This process, similar to how iron turns a dark red color when it rusts, gives the water its striking crimson hue. So, what looks like a scene from a horror movie is actually nature's own version of rusting iron, unfolding on a grand, icy stage. Number 28. Antarctica's secret ecosystem. In December 2021, a team of researchers investigating a mysterious dead end in the Larsen Ice Shelf, located off the eastern coast of the Antarctic Peninsula, decided to drill down more than 1,600 feet. They suspected that this groove might lead to an underground river, but they were surprised to find much more than just water. Instead, they discovered a hidden ecosystem teeming with life, particularly tiny creatures known as amphipods, darting through the icy waters. The researchers were surprised not only by the unexpected presence of these living organisms, but also by the unusual patterns of currents within the subsurface river. These currents, which alternated in ways that remain unexplained, added another layer of intrigue to their discovery. Number 27. Unveiling life and secrets beneath the ice. Beneath the vast and icy expanse of Antarctica, there are around 400 hidden lakes, known as subglacial lakes, each concealed under miles of thick ice. The largest and most famous of these is Lake Vostok, which was discovered in the 1990s. Lake Vostok is a huge body of water, stretching over 150 miles long and 30 miles wide, and it lies about 2.5 miles under the ice. What makes these lakes captivating is not just their size, but the unique ecosystems they harbor. Despite being isolated from the outside world for millions of years, scientists have discovered thriving communities of microorganisms living in these extreme environments. These tiny creatures have adapted to the high pressure, frigid temperatures, and complete darkness of their icy homes. Number 26. Colossal Iceberg A76. NASA's Terra satellite recently captured an incredible image of A76, which is currently the largest iceberg in the world. This massive iceberg, stretching an impressive 84 miles long and 16 miles wide, is making its way into the Drake Passage. The Drake Passage is a notorious stretch of water known for its powerful eastward currents that push icebergs northwards into warmer seas, where they eventually melt. As A76 moves through this turbulent waterway, scientists are closely watching its journey. They are particularly interested in how it will fare as it drifts towards the warmer waters, where its giant ice masses will begin to break apart and melt. The progress of A76 provides valuable insights into iceberg behavior and the impacts of melting ice on our oceans. Number 25. Giant sea spiders. On the icy, dark floor of the Antarctic Ocean, an extraordinary and somewhat weird creature skitters about: the sea spider. Though they are called sea spiders, these animals are not true spiders, but are classified as marine arthropods. In the icy waters of Antarctica, these intriguing creatures can reach impressive sizes, with leg spans stretching up to 50 centimeters, about 20 inches across. Sea spiders are well adapted to their extreme environment. Their large size is partly due to the cold temperatures, which allow their bodies to grow larger than those of their warmer water relatives. This occurrence, known as polar gigantism, is common among Antarctic marine species. One of the most interesting features of sea spiders is their method of breathing. Unlike most animals that have gills or lungs, sea spiders breathe through small openings in their legs, called book lungs or pseudotrachea. This unique adaptation is essential for survival in the low-oxygen, high-pressure environment of the deep ocean. Number 24. The enormous elasmosaur. While dinosaurs like the mighty Cryolophosaurus elioti roamed the ancient Antarctic land, a different group of prehistoric giants dominated the surrounding waters. Among these marine reptiles was the largest known plesiosaur, a type of long-necked sea creature called an elasmosaurus. This particular elasmosaurus was discovered on Seymour Island, a site famous for its rich fossil finds, and its remains were described in 2019. This impressive creature likely belonged to the Southern Hemisphere genus Aristonectes. Compared to its relatives, Aristonectes had a stockier head and a shorter neck. Estimates suggest that this huge marine reptile could grow up to 40 feet long and weigh as much as 15 tons, making it a giant presence in its time. Number 23. Antarctica's lost rainforests. Scientists have made a groundbreaking discovery in Antarctica: hardened wood, tropical tree fragments, and leaf impressions that uncover a notable chapter in the continent's history. These findings provide compelling evidence that, millions of years ago, Antarctica was covered in luxurious rainforests, packed with life. The fossils date back to the late Cretaceous period, around 90 million years ago, when the continent was positioned much farther north and experienced a milder climate. The presence of fossilized wood from ancient conifers and broadleaf trees, along with impressions of tropical plants, paints a bright picture of a once thriving ecosystem. Some of these trees were similar to today's ferns and palm-like plants, indicating that Antarctica was home to a rich, verdant environment, complete with diverse plant life. Number 22. Discovering life in the icy depth. While drilling through nearly 900 meters of ice in the Weddell Sea, researchers made a shocking discovery: a thriving community of creatures living in complete darkness and freezing temperatures below the ice. Among these inhabitants were sponges, along with other potential new species, clinging to rocks in this extreme environment. These strong creatures are challenging what scientists thought they knew about life in such harsh conditions. Typically, filter-feeding animals like sponges are found in deep seas, where there's plenty of sunlight and an abundance of food. However, in the nutrient-poor, sunless depths of the Weddell Sea, you would expect to find hunting animals, like crabs, instead. The presence of these sponges could mean they are either entirely new species adapted to the cold or exceptionally hardy versions of creatures that usually live in Antarctica. Number 21. The mysterious mountain. The mountain, officially known as Mount Kirkpatrick, was shaped by millions of years of geological activity. The pyramid-like structure is the result of a process called erosion, where wind, ice, and water gradually carried away the surrounding rock. This specific area, part of the Ellsworth Range in Antarctica, is known for its dramatic and varied topography. The region's extreme cold and ice accumulation contribute to unique erosion patterns that create such striking formations. The mountain's shape is largely due to the differential erosion of softer rock layers surrounding harder, more resistant ones. The Ellsworth Mountains themselves are an attractive geological feature. They were discovered in the 1950s during the International Geophysical Year, and their rugged peaks and ice-covered slopes offer valuable insights into the geological history of Antarctica. Number 20. Giant Mystery Egg. In 2011, Chilean scientists stumbled upon a strange and oval-shaped fossil on the icy expanse of Antarctica. For years, this unusual find remained a mystery, until a 2020 study led by researchers from the University of Texas unveiled its true nature. The fossil turned out to be a huge prehistoric soft-shell egg, measuring over 11 by 7 inches. This makes it the largest known soft-shell egg and one of the heaviest eggs of any type ever discovered. The research team concluded that the egg, which dates back about 68 million years, was likely laid by a massive marine reptile measuring over 20 feet in length. They suggested that it might have belonged to a mosasaur, a type of giant, paddle-tailed sea lizard. Previously, mosasaurs were believed to give birth to live young rather than laying eggs. Number 19. Cryoconite holes. Cryoconite holes are attractive features found in icy landscapes that offer a sight into the dynamic interactions between ice and water. These formations begin when warm, salty water from the sea seeps through cracks or gaps in the ice. This water, often originating from melting dead ends or ocean currents, gradually melts the ice from below. As the ice continues to melt, it can cause the surface above to sink or collapse, resulting in depressions that look like pits or craters. The term cryoconite combines cryo, meaning cold, and conite, derived from the Greek word for dust. These holes are typically filled with a mix of fine dust, soot, or sand that has been trapped in the ice. Over time, this mixture accumulates and darkens the hole, absorbing more sunlight and accelerating the melting process, which deepens the depression. Number 18. Factor and Deep. A groundbreaking new map of the Southern Ocean has revealed the awe-inspiring depths that lie under the icy area surrounding Antarctica. This detailed survey has brought into focus the Factor and Deep, which stands as the deepest point ever recorded south of the 60th parallel. Discovered in 2019, the Factor and Deep has now been confirmed to drop to an amazing 24,400 feet, about 7,433 meters below the ocean's surface. The Southern Ocean, surrounding Antarctica, is known for its harsh conditions and extreme temperatures, making it a challenging environment for exploration. The Factor and Deep is located in an area where tectonic plates meet and interact, contributing to its deep depth. Number 17. Candy-colored ice. This amazing phenomenon turns certain areas of Antarctica into vast, life-sized patches of brightly colored ice. The ice might look like something straight out of a candy shop, but it's definitely not for eating. During the Antarctic summer, when the ice starts to warm up, tiny, cold-resistant algae known as Chlamydomonas come to life. These microscopic algae release red and green spores, which create the striking, colorful patterns on the snow. As these algae thrive and multiply, they cause what is known as an algal bloom, giving the snow its unusual and vibrant appearance. This process also makes the snow potentially harmful and unsuitable for consumption, as the algae can produce substances that make the snow toxic to humans. So, while the sight might be spectacular, it's a good idea to keep your distance and not taste the candy-colored ice. Number 16. Scott's Antarctic Tragedy. Robert Falcon. Scott's ill-fated 1910-1913 Antarctic expedition is remembered for its tragedy. Scott and his team reached the South Pole just after Roald Amundson's Norwegian team, but perished on their return journey. However, the story holds a captivating scientific twist. When rescuers found Scott and his comrades' bodies on the Ross Ice Shelf in 1912, they also discovered remnant specimens among their belongings. Scott's team had collected these fossils from the Beardmore iceberg during their return trip, including an incredible piece of coal with ancient leaf imprints and well-preserved plant stems. In 1914, botanist Albert Seward identified these fossils as Glossopteres, a prehistoric plant genus found in several southern hemisphere continents. This discovery provided crucial evidence that Antarctica was once part of the supercontinent Gondwana, supporting Alfred Wegener's theory of continental drift and shaping our understanding of plate tectonics. Number 15. Cosmic bacteria. Scientists have made an extraordinary discovery in the stratosphere, the second highest layer of Earth's atmosphere, situated above Antarctica. During a high-altitude research mission, they detected bacteria that appear to have originated from another planet. This intriguing find was made when researchers collected air samples from the stratosphere and found these microorganisms, which exhibit properties unlike any known Earth-based life forms. The bacteria in question were identified as being highly resilient to extreme conditions, similar to those found in space. This suggests that they could have traveled through space on cosmic dust or meteorites before landing on Earth. This discovery is particularly exciting because it supports the idea of panspermia, a hypothesis proposing that life on Earth might have originated from microorganisms or chemical precursors of life present in space. The implications of this find are profound. It could offer clues about how life might spread across the universe and survive the harsh conditions of space travel. Number 14. Antarctica ablaze. A new study has uncovered an astonishing fact about Antarctica from 75 million years ago, during the Cretaceous period. Fossilized charcoal found on King George Island reveals that this icy continent was frequently hit by wildfires during that time. These ancient fires seem to have been linked to volcanic activity, showing that Antarctica was quite different back then. During the Cretaceous period, Antarctica was home to deluxe forests of conifers and ferns, and its environment was vastly different from the frozen wasteland we see today. The continent was teeming with life, with a landscape full of greenery and volcanic activity. Over millions of years, the positions of continents have shifted dramatically, and so have their climates and ecosystems. Number 13. Sea pigs. A creature that seems like a cross between a mythical kraken and a whimsical axolotl, something close to a sea pig. These peculiar marine animals, belonging to the family Holothuriidae, are actually a type of deep-sea cucumber, and they reside thousands of meters under the ocean's surface. Though their lifespan remains a mystery, they play a vital role in the delicate balance of the ocean's ecosystem. Sea pigs, with their round, semi-transparent bodies and tiny, leg-like attachments, slowly crawl along the sea floor, where they perform a vital ecological function. These scavengers feast on the organic material that settles on the ocean bed, primarily consuming the remains of decaying plants, animals, and other marine organisms. As they feed, they extract essential nutrients from this decomposing matter, effectively recycling it. Number 12. Massive subglacial volcanic world. Beneath the vast span of the West Antarctic ice sheet, stretching from the Antarctic Peninsula to the Ross Sea, lays one of the largest and most intriguing rift systems on Earth. This hidden geological wonder, known as the West Antarctic Rift System, was explored in depth during a 2017 research project that aimed to uncover the secrets buried under the ice. The study revealed that this rift system is not only huge, but also one of the planet's major volcanic regions. Researchers identified nearly 140 volcanoes hidden beneath the ice, some towering over 12,000 feet in height. What's even more amazing is that 91 of these subglacial volcanoes had never been documented before, showcasing just how much remains unknown about Antarctica, especially what lies under its thick, icy blanket. Number 11. The discovery of Shackleton's lost ship. In 2022, One of the most captivating maritime discoveries in recent history took place below the cold waters of Antarctica. The remains of the Endurance, the ship that famously carried Sir Ernest Shackleton and his crew during their perilous 1914-1970 Imperial Trans-Antarctic expedition, were finally located after being lost for over a century. The Endurance had become trapped in the dense pack ice of the Weddell Sea in 1915, where it was eventually crushed and sank, leaving Shackleton and his men stranded in one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth. Despite the loss of their ship, Shackleton's crew displayed extraordinary resilience and survival skills. Number 10. Alien traces and natural phenomena. Over the years, various satellite images have captured strange formations and markings in the snow, fueling speculation of extraterrestrial activity. Although nothing has been definitively proven, and doubters offer explanations like shadows, mountains, or abandoned research facilities, these strange findings continue to intrigue. In 2021, a particularly puzzling shape appeared in satellite images, specifically on Google Earth. The image showed a 200-foot-wide rack carved cleanly into the perfect snow. What made this dent so intriguing was its sharp geometric appearance, empty of any surrounding disorders, making it seem almost man-made, or as some might suggest, alien-made. Valentin Dev, a Russian UFO researcher, has speculated that this trench could be the result of a crashed and buried UFO. Number 9. Antarctica's ancient seas. Antarctica holds some intriguing secrets beneath its icy surface. On James Ross Island, researchers made an astounding find: nearly a ton of fossils buried under the snow. These fossils belong to ancient sea creatures that once roamed the oceans long before the ice arrived. Among these remnants was the skeleton of a mosasaurus, a colossal, whale-like beast that would have dominated the prehistoric seas. This discovery was nothing short of extraordinary, revealing a sight into a distant past when Antarctica was a very different place. However, while uncovering these ancient remains offers incredible insights into the history of life on Earth, it might be wise to let these old bones rest in peace. After all, the idea of these massive, prehistoric creatures coming back to life is best left to the kingdom of imagination, and not something we'd want to encounter in reality. Number 8. 60 million icefish nursery. In Antarctica, not only is the land under the ice shrouded in mystery, but so are its polar waters and sea ice. Early in 2022, scientists made a groundbreaking discovery in the Weddell Sea, a huge nursery of icefish lying on the seafloor. This incredible find came to light during an expedition aboard a German icebreaker, exploring the depths of the Weddell Sea, known for having some of the clearest waters on Earth. Using a massive 1-ton camera, and the ship captured surprising footage that left the scientists on board in awe. The camera revealed a vast array of icefish nests densely packed together, with each nest being accurately guarded by an adult fish. Previously known icefish colonies had only a few dozen nests, but this discovery was on an entirely different scale. The Weddell Sea nursery was estimated to contain around 60 million nests, an almost unimaginable number. Number 7. Winter sky. During the winter months in Antarctica, an intriguing type of cloud becomes visible in the sky. These clouds are not just beautiful to look at. They actually have an important role in the depletion of ozone over the continent. They are known as polar stratospheric clouds, PSCS, and they form high up in the atmosphere where the air is extremely cold. Polar stratospheric clouds are unique because they contain tiny ice crystals and other compounds that help break down ozone molecules when sunlight returns in the spring. As the sun rises and warms up the atmosphere, these clouds release chlorine and bromine compounds that react with ozone, leading to a significant thinning of the ozone layer. This process contributes to what's known as the ozone hole, a large area of reduced ozone concentration above Antarctica. The clouds are most noticeable during the dark, cold winter months, when their complex patterns and colors stand out against the icy backdrop. Number 6. century-old fruitcake. In 2017, an outstanding discovery was made by Antarctic conservators, a fruitcake that had been perfectly preserved for over a century. This cake, which dates back to Robert Falcon Scott's Terra Nova expedition of 1911, was found in a rundown explorer hut at Cape Adare. Amazingly, it was still wrapped in its original paper and sitting on a shelf like a time capsule from the past. Despite having endured the harsh Antarctic conditions for 100 years, the cake appeared surprisingly intact and even retained a faint fruity aroma. Its texture, described as more leathery than fluffy, was a proof to the natural deep freezing properties of Antarctica, which can preserve organic materials for decades. Of course, no one dared to taste the historic cake, as it was carefully preserved as a captivating artifact of the golden age of Antarctic exploration. Number 5. Singing ice. In Antarctica, one of the most strange and intriguing marvels is the singing ice. This unsettling sound was first detected quite by accident in the early 2000s when scientists employed seismic sensors on the Ross Ice Shelf, one of the largest ice shelves in Antarctica. These sensors, originally designed to monitor ice movements and study the shelf's structure, captured a sound that human ears can't directly perceive due to its very low frequency. The sound, often described as a mournful or unhappy hum, is produced when strong, icy winds blow across the rough, uneven surface of the ice shelf. The vibrations caused by the wind interacting with the ice create these low-frequency sounds. The resulting melody, while not musical in the traditional sense, is a hauntingly atmospheric noise that seems to echo through the icy vastness. Number 4. Ice Shelf Surprise. In the 2010-2011 research season, a fascinating discovery was made as part of the UNravel Antarctic Geological Drilling Program. Researchers drilled an impressive 850-foot deep borehole, measuring 12 inches in diameter, located 5 miles back from the edge of the Ross Ice Shelf. This drilling effort aimed to extract core samples from the seafloor under the ice. To capture visuals of the core samples, a special remotely operated vehicle ROV named Skeeny, short for submersible, capable of under-ice navigation and imaging, was deployed through the borehole. Skeeny's mission was to explore the icy waters and document what was discovered. However, the team was surprised when Skeeny's camera revealed something entirely unexpected. Instead of finding the barren underwater environment they had anticipated, Skeeny uncovered an incredible and likely unique marine ecosystem. The camera captured ghostly, wispy sea anemones living upside down inside holes in the underside of the ice shelf. These anemones, later named Edwardsiella andrelli in honor of the UNravel program, marked the first known species of sea anemone to inhabit such an icy, extreme environment. Number 3. Rare meteorites. Antarctica is a treasure trove for meteorites, drawing scientists from around the world. The icy, desolate landscape of the continent provides a unique environment where meteorites, which are space rocks that have landed on Earth, are more easily spotted and recovered. The extreme cold and dry conditions of Antarctica help preserve these ancient space visitors, making them less likely to weather or degrade compared to those found in other regions. Over the years, researchers have unearthed an outstanding collection of meteorites in this frozen expanse. These rare finds include pieces of rock from the Moon, Mars, and other distant celestial bodies, offering invaluable insights into the early history of our solar system and the processes that shaped it. The stark white ice of Antarctica contrasts sharply with the dark, alien surfaces of these meteorites, making them stand out and allowing scientists to study them with unprecedented clarity. Number 2. Lost wallet reunited after 45 years. Paul Grisham, a former Navy weatherman stationed at McMurdo Station during the late 1960s, left behind his wallet somewhere between 1967 and 1968. Unbeknownst to him, this wallet was about to embark on an extraordinary journey of its own. Accidentally forgotten, Paul's wallet remained hidden behind a locker in the freezing Antarctic environment, where the extreme cold preserved it perfectly. The wallet endured decades of deep freeze, untouched by time and elements. Fast forward to 2014, over 45 years later, when workers were demolishing an old building at McMurdo Station, made a shocking discovery. Among the wreckage, they found a weathered leather wallet wedged in a crack, a relic of Paul's past. Inside, the wallet contained personal reminders from Paul's time in Antarctica, including his Navy ID, a punch card for his beer rations, and receipts for money sent home to his wife. It was a time capsule from his Antarctic days, offering a glimpse into his life and service. Number 1. The Ice Cube Observatory. In 2017, the Ice Cube Neutrino Observatory, a state-of-the-art facility located in Antarctica, made a groundbreaking discovery. For the first time ever, scientists detected a high-energy neutrino that originated from outside our own planet. This discovery was an important milestone in the field of astrophysics. Neutrinos are mysterious, nearly invisible particles that travel through space at nearly the speed of light. They can pass through matter without interacting with it much, making them incredibly difficult to detect. The Ice Cube Neutrino Observatory, designed to catch these rare particles, is buried deep in the Antarctic ice. Its detectors are spread across a vast array of sensors surrounded in the ice, allowing it to capture and analyze these ghostly particles as they come from the far reaches of the universe. Which of these amazing discoveries do you find most interesting? Share your opinions and thoughts in the comments section.